Because Putin, as we speak now, is a world hero. Anyone who stands up to the bully America is a friend of ours, even if he's not a communist or a socialist.
So guys, we're going to take a quick look today on Julius, a malema of South Africa, the EFF leader and founder. And he's talking about, in this video we're about to talk about is, first let me just say this, the President Ramaphosa of South Africa said in an interview, in an interview, he said this in a conference, that South Africa will withdraw from the ICC because of the whole issue with Russia and arresting Putin. And so he announced they're going to withdraw from the ICC. Lo and behold, 2 days after, he rescinded that and said no, they won't withdraw. They won't withdraw from the ICC. And in this video, Julius malema going to explain why he withdrew his initial press conference. He said they're gonna withdraw from the ICC. So let's listen to the Julius malema and hear what his thoughts on this, and then we discuss it after. Boom.
Well, ICC, we must get out of it. The ANC is confused. I've never seen such a confused organization that is controlled by white capital. The SG speaks from Little House, says we're moving out of ICC. The president speaks from Union Building, we're moving out of ICC, same day. Later in the evening, they come back, they say there was a mistake committed, we're not leaving the ICC. How can the president and the SG commit the same mistake when they are in two separate places at the same time? The white capital that controls the ANC went to reprimand them immediately after they had spoken. What an international embarrassment, because this was said in front of a visiting head of state. So if you don't know what these people are doing, just look at what they did the last time about the ICC. We need to get out of the ICC because there is international inconsistency when it comes to application of the rule of law by the ICC. We cannot have people who committed genocides being free, and America not even be a signatory at the ICC, yet we must be a signatory. It's very clear that the ICC is created to anyone who disagrees with the America. So we cannot allow that. We cannot allow America to police us by the rules that itself cannot follow. Why is George Bush not in prison? Why is Obama not in prison? It is Obama who led the killing of Brother Gaddafi here in Africa. So we cannot allow that. We cannot allow a situation where this thing is selective. President Putin is more than welcome here, and no one is going to arrest President Putin. Everyone who says that is blowing a hot air. I don't think the Premier of Western Cape knows what he's talking about. If he wants to meet his maker prematurely, he must try and touch Putin. No one can do that. Not even Biden can say such a regular statement when it comes to Putin. Putin is more than welcome here. You know, what he said, that Premier of Western Cape, reminds me of the 2019 elections, when we were in a voting station after forming the EFF 2014, not 2019, 2014 elections. My brother is a party agent there. And then he sees my grandmother's friends coming in to vote, and they don't vote for the EFF. When he went home, he said to my grandmother, your friends must no longer come here. That day he knew who was the owner, because my grandmother said that is not going to happen. And those people who did not vote for EFF continue coming into our family. So that boy of the Western Cape is a spoiled brat. He just behaves like some young fellow who feels entitled, and there is nothing he can do. I mean, if Putin goes to the doorstep of his house, he's going to jump like a fanatic. He will never, the mentality of arresting Putin will not be there, because Putin, as we speak now, is a world hero. Anyone who stands up to the bully America is a friend of ours. Even if he's not a communist or a socialist, the fact that he's trying to create a situation where there is no one big brother, but there is an alternative in case we disagree with America, that person is welcomed. And that's why the EFF support Putin, and he's more than welcome. This is his home. We're standing here in Soweto today without soldiers, without police. This place during the struggle was an army base. We're not allowed to have any political activity here. Today, we are free because we fought those people with the guns that were given to us by Soviet Union. And at the center of the Soviet Union was Russia. And today we cannot turn against our friends who were there for us during a needy time and the most difficult time. We want to see if he's got balls. This is a serious test for him. They are setting him up. He must come out of that victorious. And on the side, well, we welcome everyone who wants to come and help us. All we said was that we need to conscientize society about environmental issues, that to work their own environment and to stay in a clean environment, it is to their own benefit. But if people just come and clean without doing consciousness around the area, it's a futile exercise. But it's a work that the EFF must never get tired of doing. Because someone was saying to me, we clean and then they come back to dump again. Why? And I said, it's like a father saying, I bought food last month. Why must I buy food again? It's a permanent job that politicians must always engage in cleaning after their own communities. And we want to make this fashionable. We are now taking it into councils to be a resolution of councils where councillors physically, at least once a week, engage in a service delivery program that gives them direct interaction with the masses of our people. Well, we are making our own little contribution.
So guys, there you see where Julius Malema is saying, which is true because President Ramaphosa was backed and is backed by the white elites in South Africa. Also Mandela. Mandela lived in the house of the, I forget what the guy house he lived in after he divorced, after he split with Winnie Mandela. The house he moved into was for one of those white elites back then. So they still have, that's why I never liked the idea of at the time President Mandela stating that he's gonna move forward peacefully. What he should have done to make South Africa would be better now is do the same thing that the whites did to the blacks then, as in all that was stolen, they should have been returned. I didn't like the fact that he said, oh no, we're gonna move forward peacefully, and there was no taking back what was originally black people owned. So that was never, I think I never liked Mandela. He's a good speaker, but I never like what he did when it comes down to the country. So anyway, so that's what Julius Malema is saying here, that the powers to be went to him and telling him, yo, you have to rescind what that speech you made about leaving the ICC. No, it's not gonna happen. That's why we need somebody with strong belief background, someone who cannot be bullied into like what happened to President Ramaphosa here. That's why, to me, Malema would be a great president because he stand up to the West at all time. If you watch all of his interviews and his speeches, he's always up against the West, always. And as he said, anybody that stands against America, he stands with them. Because America is a bully, and we know this, the world know this. Because right now they're currently bullying the EU to Bola, stop it nice. Sorry about that, that's my pit bull making noise. So he's saying that they're bullying, right now they're bullying, America's bullying the EU to go into a war with China. And France is the first one to say no, they're not no longer taking part in instigation in wars, not involving them. So this is what Malema is talking about. You can't be bullying people around. So anybody that stands against them, he will stand with them. And Russia have helped South Africa when it comes down to apartheid. they was one of the only countries that sent arms soldiers to aid in the apartheid fight struggle. So they cannot turn back now and putting after all what he have done for the country. So this is what Malema is saying, that it's weird that you want to side with the ICC over Putin, and you're in a BRIC, you're a BRICS member. But anyway, it's just weird. He's backtracking and leaving the ICC. But I'm gonna give some more time before and see what his reasons are for leaving, for not wanting to leave the ICC. Because look, America's not in it, and they have done the most atrocious things over the years. Obama killed Gaddafi, as we know, and that was a no-no. Bush killed millions in Iraq. So Clinton did the same thing. Both Bush, and remember what the other president did when they dropped the Hiroshima bomb in Japan. So they have been doing atrocious things over history, and they're not being no one is put holding their hands to the fire and say, yo, you did this, you have to pay for it. No, but other countries, they would do way less than what they do. They are forced to be locked up and all this. So anyway, this is my few thoughts on that. Thanks for watching. If you don't know, it's the WSXN podcast. I don't know already. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You don't know. Peace. One love. Boom.